15 years after it was first proposed, the government has given the go-ahead to a new nuclear power station at Sizewell C on the Suffolk coast. The Energy Secretary, Ed Miliband, said that the investment of more than £14 billion would bring in a new golden age of nuclear, but campaigners say it's HS2 all over again, with construction expected to take at least a decade, and it's still not clear how it would be funded. Let's take a look at the details as we know it. Well, the government say that Sizewell C will create 10,000 direct jobs and thousands more in firms supplying the plant. And when it's switched on, it will generate energy for around 6 million homes. And the government say they will meet its net zero ambitions to cut carbon emissions. So that's what we know so far. Lots of questions still to be answered. As you can see, Maria's here, and this is all ahead of that spending review tomorrow.
Yes.
So the questions are, how much will this really cost? How many jobs will it create? And will it really help the government get to net zero?
Exactly. The government is saying, this is evidence that they are, they are the builders, not the blockers. They've had enough of a kind of dither and delay. That's what they like to talk about when it comes to kind of Tory legacy. And what they're saying is now this is, as you say, a new kind of golden age of nuclear, a golden age of clean energy abundance. That's the quote we've been given from Energy Secretary Ed Miliband on this. Rachel Reeves has called it the biggest nuclear building programme in a generation. So they're really trying to big this up. But first of all, you pointed out, we don't fully know what the final funding model is going to be. That's not going to be announced until the summer, for instance. They're saying it's going to create 10,000 jobs. Again, sounds great. We don't know the details of when that will be and where that will be and who they're for. They're aiming, what they say the whole point of this is it's about clean power, so as you were saying, net zero, and achieving those ambitions. It's about reducing people's bills. That's one of the most important elements here. And then also reducing reliance on fossil fuels and therefore increasing our energy security. Now, that all sounds great. They're saying it's going to be the equivalent of 6 million homes that's going to be powered by this new nuclear power station. And the PM is on a visit today in Suffolk, in that area. He's going to be going to a construction site and then speaking to students and then doing a bit of a Q&A with them. Meanwhile, Rachel Reeves is giving a speech at the GMB annual Congress as well to confirm the funding. So it's all a big fanfare around this, but there's still lots of details to be ironed out. And as you say, people are always worried, will it become that kind of white elephant that kind of gobbles up lots of money and then continues to kind of get delayed and pushed back and delayed and pushed back and becomes a kind of
Because there will be criticism around going ahead with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Some campaigners don't want it built where it's proposed. For instance, there's just lots of difficulties around it. And I think also the government keep talking about how all their different energy plans are going to reduce bills. But at some point, people are going to say, well, when are they going to reduce bills? Because my bills are still going up. And so that is also something they're going to be held to account for on that.